Hello and welcome to another video. This video is very late. And what is my excuse this time? Well, the excuse pretty much is, if you're new to this series, let me tell you how it works. I pick an artist from a list of artists that I want to get done with at some point in my life. Then I go ahead and review their entire album catalog, available on Apple Music, of course. And, well, review them in these videos and throughout my opinions. If you take these to heart, leave a comment about it, but just don't take them to heart. Don't take them to heart. But if you do, leave a comment. Anyways, let's head on to the first album of today's video. The first album of today's video is Blink Blink by DaBaby. Information on the project. Pretty much all I was able to find was that there were no singles leading up to this mixtape's release, and it would be his breakout project. I was also only able to find that he said how it was funny how he almost accidentally got arrested because he took a gun by mistake. I don't know what any of that is supposed to mean, but the information is from genius.com and Apple Music. Review. This album, it was very good. Coming from DaBaby, I can see why it was his like blow up album, his breakout project is what I was looking for. It had very nice vocals all around. Flow also followed along most of the time. It had very great flow. Um, and it was just one of those projects. It was a short project, but it was a good project nonetheless. It wasn't the worst thing we've heard about DaBaby, and so far it is on the better side of projects that we have heard from DaBaby. So I'll give it up there. But unfortunately, this album did not have any standout songs. Up next, we have Baby on Baby by DaBaby. Information on this project: this would be DaBaby's debut album, and it would also end up being his most popular project. Information from Apple Music and Wikipedia. Review. I didn't like this album. I'm gonna be honest. I was very close into throwing this into Ass Album of the Week because I made it to. There's like I think like 7 songs in a row that I just did not like at all, and 6 songs. My fault. There's 6 songs in a row that I just did not like at all, and I was like, I should just throw this into Ass Album of the Week, just give up on it because at the end of the day, it is time, and time is the most valuable currency we as humans do have. And this just wasn't it. It really wasn't it. I don't know if it was like maybe younger me had horrible taste in music, younger me didn't care, maybe younger me only listened to him because it was popular. But younger me loved this album, and when I was going into this album, I was hyped. I was like, I can't wait to get to this album. This is his most iconic, most popular album. I'm ready. This shit was straight up ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, yeah. I ultimately ended up not running into the ass albums of the week. I ended up finishing the album. I regret doing that because yeah, but it wasn't it. It wasn't the best, and I truly do think that this album has not, what's it called? It didn't, what's the word called? Oh my god, what's it called? Not marinate, not mature, not, fuck, what's it called when you let something sit and it becomes better? It's the stuff you gotta do with Drake projects. You gotta let it sit for a bit, you gotta let it grow. Oh my god, I can't remember the word. I can't, no, it's not mature, it's not, oh my god, what is this goddamn word? I can't remember the word, but you had to let it sit there. You had to let it bake. This album did not bake. This album baked as well as actually no. This album aged as fine as some nice, beautiful milk. That's how well this album aged. As wasn't it? But unlike the one we spoke about before, this one actually ended up having a standout song, and this album's standout song ended up being Best Friend. Up next, we have Lovesick Hexaogy by Nujabes. Information on this project. This project would be about love, life, and death. Information from genius.com. Review. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because this was even though this album is very long, I did ended up only reviewing a couple of songs because they were pretty much it was just copy and paste, and ended up being copy and paste. I ended up clicking through some just to be sure, but it was just copy and paste with a few remixes, and yeah. So, but for the songs I did listen, Lovesick 1 to Lovesick Part 6, not Lovesick Grand Finale, my fault. It was amazing. Great vocals, great lyrics. The feature on the album, which I forgot to write down his name. That is on me. Let me quickly go get him so I can give him his shout out. Sing O2, he was amazing throughout the entire project, and he was great. There's not much to complain about when it comes to him. This was a great album, shorter album, and with this, we do ultimately end up completing Nujabes on the channel. And this is the last time that we will be mentioning him on the channel, as of course he has unfortunately passed away. And as far as I was able to find online, they will no longer be releasing any of his stuff. But who knows? They may someday decide to change that, end up releasing something. And if that's the case, I can promise you we'll end up reviewing it on this YouTube channel. And my fault. And there isn't no standout songs because it's one of those things where you just gotta listen to the entire album. And having any of these songs in a playlist without the other ones having it back to back would make no sense. Up next we have La Familia by Balvin. Information on this project. This would be J Balvin's debut album. Information from Wikipedia. Review. This was another very, very, very good project by J Balvin. For those of you who follow my album of the year, to those of you who follow me on album of the year, one, that's crazy that you actually follow me on there. Two, that means you knew I was about to start recording this because I put all of my reviews like in like 10 minutes before I started recording. And three, you might be saying, "What do you mean? What do you mean you enjoyed this album? Huh? Are you lying? Are you lying to the people? Are you lying to the people because you want them to think that you actually enjoy J Balvin?" No, one, I enjoyed all J Balvin. Two, I did enjoy this album. Three, the only reason this album ended up getting a 60, which 60 for me, they aren't bad. They aren't bad for me, and for me, anything 55 or higher isn't bad. So it ended up getting a 60, right? But I'd be saying that's low for someone who's glazing on J Balvin. That's mainly because of filler. It's something. It was the same reason why Osuna would get so many low scores when we were reviewing Osuna. Is mainly because of filler. But with J Balvin here, his filler is filler. Most of it's the same filler as Osuna, where it just has songs in here to have songs in here. I don't know if it's because they happen because they need to meet a specific song limit, or if it's because of this, or if it's because of that. It's more like whatever, right? But this album was very, very good. Lyric wise, it was on the more side for J Balvin, but it was still good. Vocal and flow wise, though, that's what we gotta talk about because that was beautiful, beautiful lyric wise, beautifully written on like a let me see, I want to say like 70% of songs. Vocal wise, he also sounded great on about 70% of the songs. Literally nothing to complain about there. Production wise, beat wise, it was still good, right? It was still good, but there were some songs where I was looking at the beat and I'm like, okay, but it was so decent. And for the song 6 a.m., the features are both amazing. Amazing features, went perfectly with the song, and that's actually this album's most popular song. So, goes to show how good that was. And lastly, my standout songs are, of course, 6 a.m., Live in Stereo, Tranquila, and Yo Te Lo Dije. Up next, we have Drugs Are Bad by Lucki. Information on the project, he would make this album to talk about how, even though it's ironic, about how drugs are, well, bad for you. And, it's mainly ironic due to the fact that he still keeps using them. Information from Wikipedia and genius.com. Review. This album, it had very nice vocals. I'll say that for coming from a Lucki album, the vocals were much better than what I've come to expect from him, so that caught me off guard a little bit. Maybe it's just because I haven't listened to his music in a little bit, but vocals did feel a lot more better. And also, heads up, I'm saying this right now. If you randomly hear me scream, then it cuts. I'm currently watching the game 4 of the Vegas Golden Knights versus Colorado Avalanche. I am saying that right now. It did start as I was editing this video, but we'll get to that in yap time. But yeah. Beats on this album, production wise, it was 50-50. Some songs had great production, some songs had end production. nothing too terrible, but it was right there down the middle. And what else? Fuck, I lost my track and the script. Uh, the flow wise was also flow was incredible, and just not much else for me to add there. Flow was great. And lyrics. Um, I completely lost track on the script. I will not lie to you guys. I am so sorry. Forget the script. This album, it was right there down the middle. It was 50-50. Some songs were bad, some songs were good. For me, this album felt, review wise, let me bring up my numbers from album of the year again real quick. Number wise, I ended up giving this album a 58. It wasn't the worst, wasn't the best, but it was there, and this is an album that either you love or you hate, no in between. And for me, I found the in between. But yeah, not bad, not bad. And this album did not have any standout songs. Up next, we have Rebel by SDKid. Information on his project. After many would assume him to be Timmy Chalamet in disguise, he would eventually put those rumors to rest when they would both end up appearing in a music video together at the exact same time. But during its peak, it would explode him into popularity, which would lead him to drop his debut album in Rebel. Information from Apple Music. Review. How did I find this guy, you may ask? There's this funny little game called Fortnite. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's free. But yeah, that's how I found out. I fucked with his skin. I fucked with the emo, and I was like, let me go check out the music. And well, here's my review on that. Um, this shit was fire. The beats were incredible. Some of the best beats that I've heard. I myself am not really much into British rap, but this was on the better side. Lyric wise, it was also very good, surprisingly, right? Some stuff I saw online before I went to this album is I saw some people saying that he's like the British version of Yeet. This guy is not like the British version of Yeet. This guy is on his own level. Yeet is on a higher level. Don't get me wrong, but this guy is on his own level. Um, it was a great album for him on that. He also had features on the song called Vicendos. Very great features. Vocal wise, good vocals 90% of the songs. The only song where he did have bad vocals was on the song called Mist. But outside that one song, he had incredible vocals throughout the entire project. And lastly, my standout songs are Four Rams, uh, Prague, I think is how you say that, and LV Sandos. And the final album of today's video is Prodigy by TKandZ. Information on this project, this would be the UK rapper's debut project. I don't know why I said it. Information from Apple Music. And review. We have made it to our final album of today's video, and there is also another British rapping one. After I just said in previous one that I'm not into British rap, I gave you two British rap albums back to back, or in this case, EP. But let's get into this. This album had amazing beats, amazing production, vocals were incredible throughout the entire album. His best work of vocals is definitely on the song CLA. Amazing. Production wise, like I said, it was great, flow, beautiful, and there's not much else for me to say. This was a shorter project, but it was great, and he definitely will be proving all those one hit wonder allegations to rest. And lastly, my standout songs are Don't Wake Me Up, One Question, and Now or Never. And finally, the fuck am I talking about? And up next, we have everyone's favorite part of this video, standout albums of that week. If you don't know what if you don't know what standout albums of the week are, it is where I pick one or two albums that I enjoyed the most, and these are the albums that I think you should go immediately watch the moment you click off this video. And in this week, we are selecting two albums. And anyways, let's get to it. The first standout album of the week goes to Rebel by EsDeeKid. Oh my god, this shit was amazing. This was crazy. When I was going into this, I didn't have any hopes outside the potential Yeet comparison. This guy was great. He was amazing. Some of the best stuff that I did here this week. And honestly, I'm happy that Fortnite added him as a character because I ended up finding out about him, and he is a great, great rapper, and probably one of the few British rappers that I will ever listen to. And it's just a great album all around, and something you should definitely go check out. And your second standout album of the week goes to Prodigy by TKandZ. Oh my gosh, but you said that you don't listen to many British rappers, so you don't listen to British rap, and then you dominate, and then you put two British rapper albums for standout album of the week. What are you on about? Well, shut your bitch ass up. This is my channel. Yeah, but you would have a point. It is very ironic that I did say I don't listen to much British rap, and I immediately follow it up by two British rap reviews back to back, and I put both of those albums into standout album of the week. But they were very good albums and some of the better ones that I've heard this week. And for TKandZ, so I'm just happy that this was a very good album because he can prove those one hit wonder allegations wrong. And he should promote this as much as he can on TikTok, and he will blow up. He will become someone everyone eventually talks about. And one of those things where I just really does hope he blow up. He seems like a very nice and genuine guy, and this could be the beginning of something big. And, I wanted to say I was one of the first I believed in him because I do believe in him. And I just can't wait to see what he does. And yeah, those were your standout albums of the week. And now it is my favorite segment of these videos, Yap Time. If you don't know what Yap Time is, I pretty much talk about whatever it is that I want. First things first, getting this off my mind immediately, it is the Vegas Golden Knights are cooking, and we're gonna be sweeping the Colorado Avalanche tonight. If we don't sweep them tonight, it's crazy. As oh, beautiful block, Mafo. I'm watching this game as I'm doing Yap Time because it's been going on in my ear, and it's oh my god, it's going crazy. And we're about to sweep them. We are currently in the first quarter, and we are leading 1-0. And honestly, I truly do think we will sweep them tonight. They will not be going further after this. We will be winning the finals. Yeah, no, I am very, very shocked. If you guys remember last week's video, I said that Vegas has been dragging out series. We did it against the Mammoths. We did it against the Ducks. And I was very worried going to this series that we might do the same. Obviously, we have not. We are about to sweep the Avs. I 100% do believe that. Unless they score right here. Please don't score. Go, 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 go. Okay, okay. My fault. I'm gonna try to keep you up time fast. But yeah, that's been that. Baseball though, holy shit, we've been playing like ass. Like I said, I was worried because we were gonna start playing some athletics schedule. I forgot to search it up. I did say that. I was like, I'm worried because we have an upcoming tough schedule and we've been playing like shit. Right now, we are standing at 27-27. The only reason we are on top of the AL West is because we have less losses than the Mariners. But the Mariners yesterday gave us belt to fucking ass. And I wouldn't be surprised if they gave us belt to ass again tonight. And if that's the case, we will be leading it with a less than 0.5, which will be hilarious. But I hope we lock in tonight. I don't want us to lose. Then we play the Mariners again tomorrow. Depending on how tonight goes, is how I'll make up my decision. I don't really know. I'm not too confident. We played the Padres last series, and they cooked us. They won the series, but then we won the one game. And then after the Mariners, we got the Yankees. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really worried about the Yankees as much because we already did beat them in the series once. And I definitely do think we'll be able to do that again, especially since they're coming well, I'm saying coming here like I'm out there, like I'm in Sacramento. They'll be going out to Sacramento, so I do think it'll be. Wait. Oh no, okay, I was reading that wrong. I was never mind. I got scared for a second, but no, Yankees are going out to Sacramento. I do think we'll win the series. I don't think we'll sweep them, but I definitely do think we'll win the series. Then after that, we play the Cubs. I don't know much about the Cubs. If anything, if the Cubs are like one of the teams I've paid the least attention to. So let me see if I can quickly find them to see how they are looking. Cubs are 29-26. They're part of the NL Central cast. They're scary, but after them we have the Astros, and by then we'll be on next week's video, so we'll be talking about that then. NFL wise, so I have to say that Josh Jacobs situation that just broke out today is crazy. It is crazy. I have I don't want to say much because this is literally breaking out as I'm like making this video, and I don't know. It's just been a crazy situation, and I don't know. It does suck seeing him go through that, and And I don't know, it's been a situation. Anything crazy? NFL football player name. Their name stars. My fault. Responding to a friend. He was asking me who, because I put a message about it on my note, and I don't know. It's been a boy. It I have to cut time short. But outside sports, it's not really much to talk about. So let me quickly recap the sports wise. And there is a change of gameplay because my PlayStation overheats every single time I play FC. Fuck saying FC. Every single time I play FIFA 26 for more than one game, it overheats. But recap, pretty much, we are going to be sweeping the Avalanche tonight. I'll be leaving a comment in the video after the game ends. Baseball, we are going on a downhill track. Butler, I hate saying this because I love Butler. Excuse me, I love Butler, but I think he does need to be sent to Triple H just so he can gain his confidence again. The guy can be great, but recently he's going through a hard time. So send him down to Triple A for a little bit, let him regain that confidence. And football wise, there's not much else. Raiders have been calm. Fernando Mendoza has been looking amazing doing OTAs. McCoy, he's been doing full OTAs, full practices, so that's very great to see. What's it called? Washington Jr. He is going to be a beautiful running back duo with Genti, and I just can't wait for the season to start. And I am so sorry for the reason that this video was super, super late. I am sorry. I have no proper reason outside of me not having discipline, and I apologize for that. But the video's here, and I hope you guys accept my very late apology. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you all in next week's video. Hopefully it's posted on time.